Good morning, guys. I thought I would show you guys how we get this horses saddled up. This is a horse we're going to be using today. Anyhow, welcome back, and thank you guys for subscribing. We really appreciate it, and moving this channel forward and getting it out there. So don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so we have our blanket, and what I like to do is put it up high, and then I just kind of scoot it back so it falls into that area where it's supposed to be on the withers, and the hair lies down so the horse is comfortable. I've already brushed the horse. I always make sure that you put a lot of time in underneath the girth here. We don't want anything bundled up. Now when I get my saddle and get it off of here, what I like to do is put it on my hip, and then for you Kempo guys, I just do like a little hip throw here, just one, and we're up and on. So I'll get this squared away up at the withers. I look for the stitching in the back to match up with my stitching on my saddle blanket. So now I know I'm nice and square on there. Everything looks good here. There's nothing pinching. Everything is squared up. So good. I come around to the opposite side, and I just let my cinches down. So the first cinch to go on is going to be your girth right here, the front cinch. And it's always going to be the last one to come off. So if you're making any adjustments, now is a good time to do that. Just haven't used this saddle blanket in a while. I want to make sure that everything is squared up. If it's squared up, it's likely to hold its position a lot longer when you're out and they're sweaty and so on. Okay, so what I'll do here is get my cinch. If you can see, I'm trying to stay out of the way. You can put your stirrup up on the horn, and then I just pull my latigo down and through, and it's ready to go. Come under. Making sure that I have it snug, but not as tight as I will give the horse an opportunity to get cinchy, just where it's going to stay on. Then I have a little keeper here. I can put my stirrup down, and I have a little keeper over here. I'm going to put this in, and there we go for that. Now I'll reach back here, get my back cinch. A couple of things on this back cinch. You want it up where it's just a few fingers free, and a lot of people will put this back cinch on and they will leave it way loose. And one of the problems about doing that, if it's so loose, it's not effective. And what it's for is to stop your saddle when you're going down hills, or you're dallying, or you have some pressure towards the front of your saddle. It's to stop it from coming up. If you dallied, the back end of your seat would come up, or if you were going downhill and you got too steep, it would come up. So that kind of secures the saddle. What you don't want to do is have it too loose, because if that happens suddenly and that girth there just hits his belly, you're probably going to run into a little bit of trouble there. The other thing, as you can see, we're into the summer months, and what will happen is we get a lot of flies around, and they'll reach up to hit flies, and they'll catch a leg in that back cinch. So you don't, if it's loose, is what I mean. The other thing that you don't want to do, a lot of people will, you know, they get out and they want to take a break and they'll undo the back cinch. And then they'll tie it back into itself, creating a loop so it doesn't drag on the ground. It's a bad idea, because what will happen is the back leg will hit out a fly and it's got a perfect loop for him to put his leg in. So I always just leave it hang. Don't worry about it. All right, we're going to talk about this breast collar. Let me go ahead and bring this around. So what I have here with this breast collar is, let me get it down in here. So I get it around and put it on to where my front cinch is. Okay, so you want that in the center. We'll bring it around. If you need to shorten up, you can loop it a couple of times. We sometimes have to do that because we'll use different saddles and whatnot for different horses. And as I'm saying it to you, I'm not doing it. Let me put another loop in this one. But I wanted to talk to you about another good keeper here. Okay, so on top of this saddle, there's another little leather deal that I have on it, and I'll show you why I have that. When you're roping, you have your chest plate coming around here, and it goes right back into your D-rings, and you have your center piece. I have one that also goes over the top. You see this guy here, and the reason for that, if you're roping and your breast collar was to break, it would flop down on one side and trip that horse, and you'd go head over heels. So if that was to break and you have this on, let me get the other side. This is a little keeper. It's very handy. If you don't have one, should put one on your breast collar. So now, if it breaks on one side, one of these break, it doesn't just flop down and trip up your horse and you're going head over heels. It will hold. There won't be any benefit to it being there, but it will stop it from tripping up your horse. Anyhow, I hope that was some help, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed day. Out for